Good morning. My name is Manuel Hernandez, and today's date is December 13, 2017. And today I'll be going over the environmental influences on microbial growth, salt tolerance testing. So in this lab, we are going to incubate 6 nutrient broths containing 1%, 7%, and 15% sodium chloride. So in each of these test tubes, we are going to open up individually and with our cultured broth of the Staphylococcus cerevisiae, which is yeast, or Staphylococcus epidermidis. We're going to get a droplet, and in each of the respective tubes, we're going to drop 2 drops of the cultured broth and incubate it for 48 hours, or in my case, 72 hours, since I didn't get much of a result after the first 2 days. It wasn't until about the 3rd day that I started to see a significant amount of cloudiness or turbidity in the 7% and the 15% sodium chloride. I apologize, the 1% and the 7% on both the Staphylococcus epidermidis and the yeast. For the 1% and 7% nutrient broths, I had turbidity. The 15% sodium chloride for both the yeast and the epidermidis was clear. So for this test, if it was clear, it was a negative test, and if it was had some turbidity, it is positive. So I had 4 positives and 2 negatives on this first exercise. Now for the second exercise, we are going to be going over the we're going over the salt tolerance test. So in these nutrient broths, I have labeled epidermidis pH 5, pH 7, and pH 9. And in these broths, we will be utilizing hydrogen chloride and sodium hydroxide. And in each of these tubes or nutrient broths, we will be observing the culture broths containing the differing salt concentrations to determine an approximate osmolarity range for each microbe. So after we label each of our tubes, we cut open our hydrogen chloride and we add one drop into our nutrient broth, and after we do that, for the pH 5 we added 1 drop of the hydrogen chloride. For the pH 9 we added the sodium hydroxide to of course make it more of a base, and the pH 7 we left as is, since it is a neutral pH. And after 48 hours of incubation, of course after we put the cultured broths in all 3 to observe the results, I have a clear pH 5 and a turbidity in the pH 7 and the pH 9 with the epidermidis. And as far as the yeast, for the yeast, I had similar results, with the pH 5 being clear and the pH 7 and pH 9 being positive results for turbidity. The lab had a lot of nutrient broths that we had to manipulate in order to get to observe osmolarity and turbidity, of course, with the acidity, and it took some time. It took me an extra day for these to really show a significant result that I was looking for, and ultimately it was a successful lab. Thank you.